reject modernity, embrace masculinity, the masculine edge. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the Jordan Peterson interview that he recently had with Piers Morgan, talking about the state of men. And there's one particular clip here that I want to play, and before we get into that, I just want to say that, men, we go through a lot in this world. We go through a lot of suffering, we go through a lot of rejection, a lot of pain in this world, and life as a man is significantly more harder than life as a woman. And the proper narrative of a man is that we're supposed to be strong, stoic, knowledgeable, capable, and unemotional. But yet people on the left, people will counteract that narrative by saying to men that they need to be more feminine, they need to be more emotional, more in touch with their emotions. But yet the second that we are ridiculed for that. And it's just so contradictory, because men are supposed to be stoic, but yet they're being called toxic when they are. And whenever we show a bit of emotion, we will get ridiculed for that, and we will be attacked for showing our emotions, for showing our vulnerable selves. And instead of being sympathized for that, we will instead become attacked on it. It will be used against us, and we will be seen as weaker because of it. And it's like the left, they always want to purport some different contradictory narratives that just do not adhere to really what they want, to adhere to reality, to adhere to really what the world needs. The world needs strong, masculine, stoic men. We don't need any more weak, feminine, emotional men, because those are the men that have become feminized. Those are the betas of the world. Those are the ones who really get no kind of action whatsoever with women, with opportunities, with jobs. They don't leave an impact in this world. Those type of men, they just simply aren't powerful compared to the men who do have that mental toughness, who do have that stoicness within them, and who are able to control themselves emotionally. And right now we're going to play a clip about Jordan Peterson describing the plight of men, the plight of incels, and really how he really feels about it all. And we'll go to it right now.
Quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
You've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. You know, give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net, yes. In all the details, probably not. You know, no one's perfect. So people make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
And ladies and gentlemen, that right there was a clip of Jordans Peterson literally crying over the pain and suffering of men. That these men that are called incels, which, if you look up the definition, means involuntarily celibate. These men never chose to be this. They want love just as much as any other person does. They're just unattractive to the opposite sex. And girls are very picky, okay? Because 80% of women only see and want to be courted by the top 20% of men. Meaning the other 80% of men, they're literally fighting for the lower 20% of women. Because to the majority of women, these men are invisible. Women don't pay them any attention. None at all. Nor do they even care. They don't care about a man's struggles. They don't care about what a man is going through. They don't care how men are not giving any kind of attention whatsoever. Okay? And these men, they don't want this. They want to have a nice, beautiful lady by their side. They don't want to have to go to different routes like paying for sex, or subscribing to a girl's OnlyFans, or watching XXX rated content online. But some of them have to, because they have no other choice. And that's what Jordans Peterson is crying about, is the fact that these men, these marginalized group of men, which is a huge majority of men, instead of being given resources to having mainstream knowledge on being taught how a man should be, how an attractive man should be, instead they are ridiculed. They are frowned upon. They are seen as disposable, kicked to the curb, because they have no inherent value to them. And it's honestly, I can see why he's so deeply in pain, because like a lot of men, I'm sure himself included, they've gone through a lot of pain and rejection in the courting process of women, of trying to court a woman. I'm sure at some point he was an incel too, just like many men were. Lots of men who aren't good with women, they just don't understand them. They don't understand female nature, let alone how to court them. It's honestly it's sad, and it's honestly infuriating how these men who are not given the proper guidance on how to properly court a woman, or to know how to be seen as attractive. And a lot of these men, most of them, come from single mother households, so they have no real strong masculine presence in the house to teach them how to be attractive as a man. And instead they resort to listening to the feminine imperative by listening to other women on how to court women, which is a terrible thing to do. You never ask the fish how to fish. You ask the fisherman. Okay? And these women, every woman, they honestly don't know what they want. Let alone, they do not know how to be attractive to a woman as a man. They do not know, nor do they care to know. And these are the kinds of influences that these men have. And honestly, it's just not working. Because they don't know any better. The women don't know how to teach the men. The men have no real strong masculine presence, no real strong masculine leadership to listen to help them become more attractive to women. And it's just, see, and this is why voices like Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, Rich Cooper, Rollo Tomasi, other red pill creators who are very insightful into female nature. This is why they exist, and this is why they're so popular nowadays. Is because this is a constant problem that men have. Men just do not get any play. Women do not see them. They are basically invisible to them. And so these men, they have to resort to listening to men like these, to reading these types of books that they write out, to getting other resources on their own in order to be attractive to women. Because women, they expect so much out of a man. You gotta be able to look good, dress good, smell good, have good game, being able to make significant amount of money, being able to make them feel happy, being able to basically plan everything. You have so much responsibility as a man, and nobody teaches you this. Nobody. So you're basically out there to fend for yourself. The system is how it is for a reason. Okay, the matrix is set up the way that it is because there are weak men and there are strong men. Okay? And they have to be there and is there for a reason. They both have to exist. The sake of the superior is there because the inferior. And the faith of the inferior is only there to be consumed by the superior. That's just the way this world works. So any men out there listening just need to know that if you want to stop being an incel, if you want to actually be attracted to these women, you have to up your game, man. You gotta up your game, man. You gotta be at least an 8 out of 10. Otherwise, these women, they're not gonna mess with you. They're not even gonna notice you. They're gonna walk past you. Okay? Because otherwise, they much rather share the high value winner that's sleeping around with like 10 women rather than share with a beta loser. They don't want a beta loser all to themselves. They'd much rather share the top high value winner with tons of options and tons of women. That's the only type of person, the only kind of man that they're going to pay attention to. You have one of two choices. You can either A, be completely resentful, be completely angry with women, with female nature, with all of it, with the whole sexual dating market scene, all of it. Or you can rather work on yourself, go to the gym, get your money on point, know how to spit some game, know how to talk right to these ladies, and be the man that they all want, but they can't have. The choice is yours, my friends. Thanks for watching.